Hey guys, what's going on? This is Shaun of the Dead. I'm just coming at you with a quick video. I'm just running some errands here on this nice cloudy Saturday afternoon, and I'm on my way out to some friends, do a little hanging out. This video is in response to a little test that I ran, an experiment, if you will. The experiment was the cold hard facts of the gun ban and the atmosphere of which you discuss your side. I've learned a few things from my experiment, and it's essentially what I was thinking it was going to be honest with you. I put out the Obama gun ban part 1 and 2. And then after that, I put out a little bit more aggressive videos that were a little bit more pro-gun, assertive, so to speak. I was a lot more aggressive in my tone. I was more aggressive with my feedback on my comments to people. I actually had more net trolls that were unknowingly taking part in the experiment versus a real conversation. Even though I still responded honestly and with the proper information, I did it in a more aggressive demeanor than I normally would discuss a topic with somebody, unless I'm pushed to a point where it has to become aggressive. I do collections for a living, so I can become very aggressive and assertive when necessary, when dealing with people in a conversation. So I have the ability to do that. I prefer not to go there. I prefer to have things in a very polite, casual conversation, and I like to speak in facts, not conjecture. Well, one individual that was net trolling one of my videos was from a different country. I'm not sure exactly which country it was. I think one of my buddies said it was Croatia. I like Crow Cop, by the way, UFC. I was a fan of his. Even back in Pride, even. Dude had a monster kick. So I've got nothing against Croatian people as a whole. I don't have nothing against this guy, really. I just found it to be humorous that a person from another country that may or may not have spent any time in America is judging us on our culture and the way we were raised. It would be like me telling somebody, that lives someplace else that, no, you can't do that. I have a buddy that's from the Dominican Republic. He was born there. He spent a lot of time here, and he went back there for a while. Now he's back here, and he's one of my best friends. And it'd be like, telling him that him and his family can't speak Spanish. That would be ridiculous. I mean, I can't tell him, not to speak their cultural language. Why would I do that? That would be wrong. The same way it's wrong for a person from another country that has disarmed citizens to say, no, you can't have firearms. You can't do that because you're not in our culture. You can't tell me how to live my life as an American. So, different culture aspects, apply. I can't tell people to live their culture in their way. If they want to disarm their citizens and their citizens are happy, I'm glad you're happy. I wouldn't mind visiting Croatia one day and hanging out and checking out things. I wouldn't want to live there because it isn't a policed state. There is no firearms allowed. But I'm open to experience all kinds of cultures. I enjoy experiencing new things. So that's one of the trolls. Another troll I have to mention called me a treasonist. That one was my favorite, I think. The guy from Croatia was a bit more polite, even though I was being a bit more assertive, and I was doing it on purpose. There wasn't nothing against him. I was trying to put an aggressive front out there on purpose. And this other guy, he got all kinds of bent. I had a good time with him. We had some good times. I don't know if he did as much as I did, but I was laughing the whole time. It was great. It was big fun. Calls me a treasonist, and I got to throw another quick little jab in there. How can a person that wants to defend the Constitution of America be a treasonist whenever somebody that wants to trample on the Constitution is not? Just say it. Quick food for thought. Just thought I'd throw that out there real fast. Nice little needle. Now back to the topic at hand. As far as the demeanor is concerned, my Obama gun ban video, I had new subscribers. I had people giving me verbal high fives. I had a lot of really cool people respond and talk about stuff, but I was being forthright, honest, and giving my true perception, my true opinion, and giving the information from my personal research and my personal experience. And I give all that in a clear, concise manner. And I had no net trolls, harassing me on those videos because I wasn't hate-mongering nothing. And this other guy, he was like, Johnny Reb, I'll be here with my 870 and my 45, and I'll kick your butt again. And I'm like, and it took me a minute to try to understand what he was saying. I guess he thinks I'm a Confederate dude or something. I was like, what? I was like, I don't understand. How can I be a hate monger when I have a friend that's from the DR? Obviously, I'm not racist. My seventh cousin's Abraham Lincoln. I believe he's the one that helped free the slaves here. A little bit of American history, So I just thought that was kind of humorous. And again, he was getting kind of bent out of shape. And I was saying stuff aggressively, acting as though I was. But it was funny to see that, that the net trolls were really lighting me up on my aggressive demeanored videos and on my, calm, factual information videos like this one, where I'm just speaking the truth. I didn't get any net troll reaction, because how can they react whenever you say, I don't hate anybody, but I'm just trying to protect my rights and freedoms as an American, and by doing so, I'm protecting your rights and your freedoms as an American, i.e. the freedom of speech, First Amendment of the Constitution, so the things that allow you to disagree with me, I'm helping you protect. I'm helping you protect the right to disagree with me. And I'm just trying to get you to understand that if you let them trample on any of our freedoms, that's ultimately going to make them trample on more. So that was my whole take on the first one, and I didn't get any negative response. People were like, cool, keep it up, I appreciate it, check out my comment sections on those videos, and you'll see the different styles of videos when you watch the videos, if you haven't already, and you'll also see the different responses I got out of those people by those types of videos. So that tells me that whenever you talk to somebody that's anti-gun, don't go, hey, you're stupid. Well, now they're going to shut down. They're not going to listen to anything you say, because now you're coming off as, an irritable extremist jackhole. So if you come off like that, then they're obviously not going to pay attention to you. Just like I don't pay attention to most of the anti-gun people, because even though they may be extremely intelligent individuals, and there are intelligent individuals that are, anti-gun, I'm not calling them stupid. I'm simply just under the impression and under the understanding that they're severely misinformed. And they're severely, slanted by the propaganda. Have you noticed that here lately that there's more publicized shootings on the news? I don't think the shooting statistics has changed. I think they're just being more publicized to help push the agenda. And that's just kind of how big government works. And I understand that, so I can't. People are like, "Oh no, look, there's more shootings," and it's like, well, why don't they publicize? I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he was telling me like 4 or 5 different shootings that were stopped within the last short while that I hadn't even heard of, because they're hush hush. They'll give them a blurb on the news that night, and that's it. If you don't happen to see them on the local news that night, you never hear about it. It's not nationalized like the tragedies are. So, I can't help but to feel sorry for the anti-gun movement, because they are so misinformed, and they're not paying attention and looking for all the positive sides of keeping our Second Amendment strong. Not just the protection side, but also the freedom side. If they take away one right, they'll take away others. So, and it's funny that, most of the people, especially that one treasonous talking guy, Johnny Reb, I'll call him Johnny Reb because I can't remember his name. He was all kinds of bent, and I just thought it was humorous. So Johnny Reb resorted to mudslinging whenever he couldn't beat me in a calm, concise conversation. And of course, I was being aggressive with him. It wasn't like I was being nice when I come back. I was being a little flippant. I was, putting a little edge to my comments on purpose, because I was trying to prove a point, which I proved, that if you act like a jackhole, people are going to act like a jackhole back, and you're going to badger each other, and nothing's going to change. For the guys that I was in those videos, I know that that's not exactly what you thought. You thought I was a specific way. That's not how I really am. Watch my other videos, you'll see that. If you've taken the time to watch any of my other videos, then by all means, you can see those and see that I do come from a different background and a different state of mind than those last two videos or so that I put out on purpose, with purpose. And it just goes to show you that, if you come at things in a calm nature, and you come with it with facts, then it's hard for them to rebut. And I've had so many people that would resort to name calling and mudslinging. I mean, they even did it at the hearing. The anti-gun movement was all kinds of bent out of shape when in the hearing, and they were cutting off the panel whenever they would start to speak. They would ask them a question, and as soon as they'd start to talk, they would get a few words out, and they would cut them off and start saying something else, because they didn't want to hear all the facts that they had on the table. And I thought that was really humorous, because, you ask me a question, if you're sworn in as a witness, I believe that the statement is, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Well, if I can't be allowed to tell the whole truth, then I will not testify. So, and that's one of the things that people need to understand. And there would be a lot less issues in courtroom situations where the lawyers ask you, "Oh, I just need a yes or no answer to this," blah blah blah. It's like, it might not be a yes or no answer. It's like, I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to answer it with the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So that's what I was sworn in to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer with the whole truth. If you don't want to hear the things that I have to say, don't ask the question. So just a little food for thought. I want you guys to kind of think about it. Think about when you go to argue with somebody that's anti-gun. And remember, it's not an argument. They're fellow Americans. They have the freedom of speech just the same as you do. They have all the same rights I do, and I want to protect their rights just as I want mine protected. So keep that in mind whenever you're getting out there and you're trying to badger and jackhole your way through a conversation. I don't care if you're spouting off facts. You're spouting off facts as a jackhole. They're not going to listen to you. You need to come to them in a manner where they understand that you're going to listen to their side, and you'll still find that there's a large percentage out there that are still going to come at you with conjecture. So you have a good day. This is Shaun of the Dead saying, don't forget to subscribe.